10, 9, ignition sequence start, 6.
Hello, and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack. Today is July 18th, and we've got a pretty quick episode for you all today, so let's get started. So here we had a protocol update from Maverick, who said, hey everyone, here's a touch of normalcy. The latest bi-weekly update is now available for your reading pleasure. And there's a link to the medium that we're going to go through. And this week, the time of our community call has been changed for a few hours later at Tuesday, the 18th of July. That's today at 11 p.m. Eastern time. So in about 2 hours from when I'm recording this now. And it says it'll be hosted by Ken. So tune into the Twitter space for a chat with Langers and Mav Angel. So half the team is going to be there. I know they'll be talking about the Discord hack and a whole bunch of other things, of course. So by the time you're watching this, it's probably already gone out. So yeah, that's fine. But you'll be able to check the recording of that. Okay, so let's have a look at the bi-weekly update. Here we have it from Mav. It says the rETH supply has grown 3.7%, which is an annualized growth of 97%. It's up to 479,668. And then the active mini pool count has grown 2.2% with an annualized growth of 57%, and that's up to 25,985. And the node operator count has grown 1.7% to 3,052, annualized growth of 45%. So with the smart node updates, it says there's a broken Docker that messed with Grafana, and the smart node version 1.10.0 is progressing and should be out tomorrow, basically, as soon as a day or two. So tomorrow, I think. With research and development, the documentation was shared regarding the mega pool design, detailed explanation of on-chain voting, staking site work included support for Rabi wallet and improvements to the stake RPL on behalf functionality, and the rETH reward tracker prototype with data sources, and the website redesign is ongoing. And I really wish we'd see some prototypes of the website redesign, but I guess we just have to keep waiting. With the governance, it says the latest GMC round for grants closed on July 15th. There's been discussions about the RPL tokenomics in the thread under governance channel on Discord that we've talked about. The GMC sort of feedback that we're going to be talking about next. IMC period 12 budget is available now. Voting for the 3 PDAO governance proposals have closed. They're all passed. With integrations, there's Spool, Silo, Archimedes, a Chainlink Oracle for RPL. Raft introduced the borrowing fee for rETH. The borrowing fee for rETH. Parallax Finance released an rETH wrapped ETH vault. Always do your research with new protocols and new DeFi integrations. And then there's here information about Gravita protocol announced the boosted pool on Maverick protocol that features RPL rewards. With media and marketing, Langers joined a staking panel discussion. There's a community call with Raft, VMEX, and Spool. Mav joined staking circle panel discussion, Nexus Mutual community call, Twitter space with DAOS protocol. Nexus Mutual's vote to stake Rocket Pool didn't meet quorum, but was passed by the advisory board, and the Nouns DAO TWAM is already underway. And then CoinStore listed RPL. Make sure you do your own research for all new exchanges. A German YouTuber released a video about Rocket Pool. CoinTime covered rETH's rapid growth. Token Motion released a new thread, and a dashboard project in beta development sought feedback from the community. So there's been a whole lot going on. And let's move on to this GMC stuff that Mav was talking about. So here, there's a new thread created under governance called Updating of Grants Management Committee Vote Text thread. So what does this mean? This means that the temperature check vote on the DAO forum was, passed basically because the vast majority of people supported the changes going to vote. So the next step in the process now is this thread where, the RPIPs have already been written and are available for you to read. And this thread forms the text that will go into the snapshot vote. So it's now open for the community to come and vote on this, or make suggestions and reword it and see what the language should be for the vote that should start soon, I'm guessing. So here it says, the updating of the grants management committee vote text thread. And here's the text. It says the changes: eliminate the retrospective award cap, award cycle updates from quarterly to monthly, establish the part-time GMC administrator position. It says please read the full RPIPs, and then there's a link. It says you can read the discussion around this in the forum, and there's a link for that as well. So I said, are we ready to go to snapshot? And Shifting says, based on how it's done previously, it has to sit here for a couple of days to give time for community feedback. So I said, please provide feedback. So again, I'm asking people, like, if you are at all interested in how the GMC works, now is your time to provide feedback to this snapshot vote language. Of course, you should have been providing your feedback in the forum threads, but if you didn't do that, you can give some input in this stage now. But otherwise, we're ready to go to snapshot vote, and once we go to vote, then everybody will be voting for it. So it's pretty exciting. This is a really, really big deal, and I'm not just saying that as a member of the GMC. Like, these changes I think are really fantastic. I am saying that as a member of the GMC. So please, get involved in these discussions because it's really important. Okay, next we've got some information about some milestones. So here we've got this with this link to the TVL bot that Invis created. It says the total ETH locked is 786,000. The total RPL locked is 9,408,000. So the total locked value of the Rocket Pool protocol is 957,000 ETH, or 1.815 billion DAI. So that's really nice. And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because, in the bi-weekly update here, we saw that there was 25,985 validators now with Rocket Pool. And then over here as well, we got the screenshot from Mambo-san showing that we're now at 26,000 active mini pools. However, that number is slightly misleading, because if you go to here, if you go to mini pools, the actual amount that is running and like actually validating on Ethereum is, let's have a look. Just gotta wait for it to load. Yeah, it's 25,800. So we've got a bunch of them. No, here it is. So the active ones are actually 20,813. So we've got a whole bunch of them that are waiting, and then that doesn't include the ones that exited as well. So the numbers are slightly like you gotta look at them a little bit closer, but the fact is that we're very close to getting to this milestone, 26,000 validators, which is absolutely amazing, and a whole lot of them are in pre-launch, and we're waiting. And as you can see now, the 8 ETH mini pools are massively in the lead. They make up around 60% of validators, with over 15,500 of them, and the 16 ETH ones are about 10,000. So that's really cool. And then of course, if you have a look at the rETH that is out there, there is around 480,000, give or take. I'm just waiting for this page to load. Yeah, we have 478,888 rETH, which is a very nice number, but we didn't reach 500,000 yet, which I said that I didn't think we had, but I think the number included the rETH that had already been burned as well, and people got their ETH back. So yeah, like the growth of the protocol is ticking along. Things are going along nicely, and there's a whole lot here that there is to be excited about. Like the growth is happening. It might not look that way at times, like when you look at the price, etc. But if you look a little closer, you can see that that it looks good. Okay, talking about things looking good. Here we have information from Aave, and let me just disconnect my wallet. Yep, so here we have the RPL token has now been listed as a borrowable asset on Aave. So that means that people will supply their RPL into the pool, and what will happen is that people can borrow the RPL, and they'll be able to potentially spin up mini pools without taking any RPL exposure themselves, except through a loan, basically, where they borrow the RPL. And the cost of the loan will probably end up being somewhere around or just a little bit less than actually the staking reward that you get from the protocol. So we're just waiting for like this utility to increase. Now we've it only went live today. We've already had 16,400 RPL has been supplied, which is just over 15% of the pool. No one has borrowed any RPL yet, so there's none of that is available. None of that has been taken out. But you can see at these very low levels, the interest rate is very low. So if this utilization of the project doesn't pick up like for the next few days, like there's a whole lot of RPL you can borrow at like the low thousands amounts. The low single digit amounts like 1% or 2% or like 3%. So it might be that some people might want to borrow RPL and boost their rewards for staking. I'm not sure. There are a few use cases, but here there was a tweet by Jasper. Let's have a look at that. And Jasper says, the RPL token is now available on Aave. For the first time, you can run Rocket Pool validators without exposure to RPL, and you can do it in a capital efficient way by borrowing against rETH. So Marceau here says, hey, it would be cool to see the math on this, maybe compared to a solo validator. Example, take 16 ETH, convert it to rETH, borrow RPL, make 2 mini pools. Your yield is now X% higher with no RPL exposure. So that was a really interesting idea, which then he kind of delved into a little bit more. So he says, okay, I made something quick and dirty. Interestingly, one could convert a solo validator and earn 39% more with 0 RPL exposure. Not bad. Only real negative is having to manage collateral. So manage collateral means as more people, take RPL on board, then the percentage of the interest rate goes up, and as that goes up, then it might not be worth it for you to do that, or it might make it less valuable for you to do that. But of course, with Rocket Pool staking, you'll be getting outsized ETH returns as well. So it's pretty interesting in that sense. Let's have a little bit of a closer look at the spreadsheet screenshot that Marceau shared. So he says, the ETH staking yield is about 4.5%, our ETH yield is about 3.3%. The RPL staking is 8.24%, and the borrow rate currently is 0, but that can go up or down. And then he says the ETH yield is 1.45 ETH. The blended APR is 4.5%, and then the income, our ETH yield, and RPL yield, and how it all adds up, and you get a blended APR of 6.3%. And this is just like some quick and dirty math that Marceau put together. He says, situation 1, solo staker strategy, take 32 ETH and create 1 validator simple, or strategy 2, delta neutral Rocket Pool staker. Strategy is take 32 ETH, convert 16 ETH to rETH to make it productive, use that 16 ETH as collateral to borrow RPL against it for mini pools, use remaining 16 ETH and borrowed RPL to create 2 mini pools. That's 8 ETH validators, and then with that you'll be getting like these outsized returns. So there's definitely some it can be quite attractive for some people, I'm sure. However, we've already got some comments coming in about it, about how it might not be worth it for people to do that. DeFi Dad says that's really cool, it's a big milestone. And then James.eth says, is there a set of contracts, UI, or to do this automatically? We should make a grant for this. JDay says, also RPL exposure is a bad thing for validators. That's what it seems like to me. So bad for them, then bad for me. If I'm not mistaken, RPL is just payment to be sold now. Can someone help me out? And then Aladdin says, will this harm RPL token by taking power from it? Ethereum Bull says, stay tuned as we try to find even more ways for people to not invest in the RPL token. I guess the thing that you need to kind of realize is that, there's a whole bunch of people out there who want to stake with Rocket Pool. They love like the profits, first of all, and they love the ethos of the protocol, of the community, but for whatever reason, they don't want RPL exposure. There's a whole lot of people like that out there, and this opens up RPL and Rocket Pool staking for those people. Now, for each RPL token that they borrow, that's someone else depositing it, right? So the RPL token has been bought. It's just, I guess the argument is that it might reduce some of the buy pressure for people who actually want to stake. But I guess the question is, after a year and a half of Rocket Pool being live, if those people aren't already staking with Rocket Pool, maybe they're never going to stake with Rocket Pool. This is still a take that I'm thinking about, and it's probably think about that more in the days coming. But I think this is a good thing. I think it's a sign of maturity for the protocol. I think it will open up Rocket Pool staking to a bunch of people. I don't know what the uptake is going to be on this, and I've learned to temper my expectations quite a lot with that stuff. But I hope it gets used, and I hope people find it valuable. But I just want to give a shout out to Mark Zeller for working so diligently on getting Rocket Pool integrated into Aave. It's really, really exciting to see that the protocol as a whole is being taken so seriously by really well respected and well established DeFi protocols in the Ethereum ecosystem. Okay, moving on now, we've got this update from Zero Liquid here. Says, we're pleased to reveal that Zero Liquid will support Rocket Pool's rETH liquid staking token. Join us on a journey to bring financial freedom to DeFi via self-repaying zero interest loans. Now, what does this mean? Let's have a quick look at their Medium article that they have here. So it says, as Zero Liquid draws closer to mainnet, we continue to build the necessary connections and prepare for the integrations that will enable the whole of DeFi to access self-repaying 0% interest loans on their liquid staking tokens. And now Zero Liquid is pleased to announce that the protocol will support Rocket Pool's rETH liquid staking token. rETH accounts for over 4% or 870 million of the 20 billion liquid staking market on Ethereum, with 7,800 unique depositors. This collaboration will ensure early access to self-repaying loans for the large Rocket Pool community. Keep an eye out for Zero Liquid's mainnet. Now, I have no idea. This protocol is not even live yet, so please do your own research before interacting with any DeFi protocol. As I get more details of how it will work and what you'll get in return of depositing your rETH, I suspect it'll be some kind of token that is like some kind of DeFi. USD stable pair, USD stable coin, or maybe some kind of ETH wrapper. This kind of seems similar to what Alchemex is doing, and that protocol has seen some usage, but it's quite small still. So I'm not sure what's going to make it different for Zero Liquid. But of course, as always, when interacting with these kind of protocols, expect to lose everything in a sense. They're untested and they're not been around for too long. So definitely keep that in mind. Okay, next we've got this update from Ken here, who will be speaking at let's take a step back. So in September, there will be a conference called Permissionless. This is the second Permissionless conference. Permissionless is run by the guys at Bankless and I think a crypto media company. I want to say Blockworks. Oh yeah, it's in the URL here, blockworks.co. So they're partnered together to run Permissionless. This is the second year they'll be doing it, and Ken will be representing Rocket Pool and speaking at Permissionless this year. So as part of that, the celebration of that, they are giving the Rocket Pool community 30% discount off the tickets. And Ken here says, we have discount code for any Rocket Poolers that would like to attend the Permissionless conference. It's in September 11th to 13th in Austin, Texas. And then there's a link to it, and there's a code RocketPool30 for valid 30% off. I was told we were free to share this discount code with the Rocket Pool community. So if you are interested in going to Permissionless, if you are all interested in attending that conference, then you can get a nice chunk of money off that ticket now. And of course, our very own Ken will be speaking, which is absolutely amazing. And I love Ken, so that's awesome to see. Okay, next we have a couple of things that are not related to Rocket Pool, and they're kind of off the tangent. So here we have an update from Mage Style, who works with Gravita, who says people are missing out on the triple airdrop play involving Swell ETH and Gry. Whales are scooping up 100% API yield. It's time to let everyone know about this and break the strategy down in easy steps, but you have to act now. So what's the steps? One is, Swell Network is boosting their rewards for their token on SWETH. So the APR for there right now is around 40%. So 41%. Then it says, deposit 66% of that into Gravita protocol and borrow GRI at 50% loan to value by opening a vessel. Do this quickly since the mint caps are filling up fast. And then it says Gravita's token is not live yet. If you know, you know. And it says total APR for that is 40% as well. And then you can zap the GRI and the SWETH that you have on Timeless Fi's Bunny Pool, and then there's a link to the Bunny Pool, and then you'll get paid 45% in OLIT, and over time you redeem it for VLIT and earn 42% on the ETH and balancer, 30% on GRI and SWETH bribes, and 15% increased emission on your deposits. So that's a total APR of around 100%. And of course then there's airdrops, right? So you promised airdrops. There's 2 airdrops here, and then it says Liquify just announced that they'll be building a convex layer for Bunny, and extremely likely to airdrop the governance token to Bunny liquidity providers, or at least to VLIT holders. So this is like a degen play. I'm not being paid to promote this play. I just came across it. I thought it was cute. I found it curious because there's so many people in the Rocket Pool community who are kind of interacting with Gravita already. If this tickles your degen bones, then definitely check it out. So there's 3 airdrops and also mad returns. I don't know how long those returns will last, but hey, they're there now, so that's pretty cool. Okay, and the final thing here is this tweet from Kyle, who says, at ETHCC, so many people quietly talking about family planning, kids, and the difficulty of crypto culture around being a parent. We need to talk about this more. It's hard to balance parental responsibilities and the conference circuit. So it's not just parental responsibilities on the conference circuit, it's just parental responsibilities and being involved in the crypto space altogether. Now, most of you know that I had a second child a couple of months ago, and things have been tough, right? Like sleep has been intermittent at best, and my sleep chart would probably look worse than Inviz's right now. Yeah, if you know, you know. But I think more people, especially those who are quite active in Discord. I know that there's a bunch of people who've got young kids. The people on the team have got young kids. People in the community have got young kids. Even people like Val, talks about how he has young kids, and people spend so much time working for Rocket Pool, working in crypto, and I don't know, how they balance their personal relationships, whether that's with their kids or with their loved ones. But it's difficult at times. It's really difficult at times. So I think I really like Kyle's message here of let's talk about it more, and let's talk about some of the struggles that we have. And with that, hopefully, we can also offer support and guidance or advice to each other on trying to juggle with all these different things that, want 100% of our time. But sadly, we don't have 100% of time to give to everything, right? So I think this was a really nice message by Kyle. If you are a parent and if you are struggling, there is absolutely no shame in talking about that. If you are just someone who's struggling, in any way, you're always welcome to talk about it in the Rocket Pool Discord. Pop into trading. People are so kind and generous, and they might shitpost a little bit too, but overall, it's a really good group of people, and there's a lot of support. So if you are struggling with anything, please reach out to me, reach out to people in the Rocket Pool Discord. Just talk to people, anyone, and let's all be a little bit more open about some of the struggles we're going through, because so many of us, like Kyle says here, are kind of dealing with the same difficulties, and with a little bit more openness, we can all kind of help each other along the path. So on that note, I'm going to end today's episode. I hope you all are doing great and able to balance things wonderfully, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching, listening, and being part of this Rocket Fuel community.